it's Micah. I'm back with another number one hit from the 1980s. In this video, we'll be looking at Men at Work with their first hit and their first number one hit, Who Can It Be Now? Most people know Men at Work from their song Down Under, but that was actually their second single. Before that, they had Who Can It Be Now, which also hit number one. It was a bit overshadowed because Down Under was such an over-the-top worldwide phenomenon, but Who Can It Be Now was also a big hit. I really liked Men at Work. They were actually my very first favorite music group when I first started listening to music. And I quickly, I think one of my cousins or uncles had their cassette and let me borrow it, so I listened to it. I never actually bought it myself, but I feel like I listened to both of their first two cassettes all the way through, and I immediately became hooked by their brand of music. And I don't know really what it was. Men at Work is definitely more of a rock-oriented band than what I was used to. This was back in the beginning, so I wasn't really used to anything. I guess I should say it was more rock than leaning than most of the stuff that I enjoyed at the time. But it was quirky, it was different, and that was the main thing. I liked things that were different. And there was a quirkiness and a sense of humor, a whimsical, off-kilter kind of quality to the song. I think also there was a bit of Australian character to the song. Like the British can be off-kilter in their way, but I think the Australians have also a very particular way of approaching art, approaching music and comedy and everything artistic that really rings through. And I think Men at Work were a great exponent of that. Is that the right usage of that word? Of that artistic kind of quirkiness. At any rate, I really liked Men at Work. They kind of vanished. Their third album didn't do that great in 1985, and then they just sort of went away. And I know that Colin Hay, the lead singer, has been more or less doing solo stuff and then readopting the Men at Work name. But once the momentum from the first two albums was gone, it was pretty much gone, and the moment was over. But we definitely have the memories of these first two albums, and this was the song that kicked it all off. So let's look at the video and listen to Who Can It Be Now by Men at Work.
I've done no harm, I keep to myself. There's nothing wrong with my state of mental health. I like it here with my childhood friend. Here they come, those feelings again. Who can it be now? 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 Is it the men come to take me away? Why do they follow me? It's not the future that I can see. It's just my fantasy.
genres. Um, so I just love Men at Work. I I can't say enough good things about them. I loved them at the time. I love them now. But there's a bit of a missing piece here because this is not usually the type of music that I get into. As I was listening to the arrangement, I realized this is a full-on rock song. Um, the sax solo is very 80s, of course, and it's really dynamic, and it doesn't feel gratuitous or it doesn't feel cheesy to me anyway. I think maybe some other people might have different thoughts about that, but to me, the saxophone feels really snappy and doesn't feel in any way out of place or gratuitous. I think that's part of the joke that gets told about a lot of 80s songs. Here comes the sax solo, but it's an integral part of the song. It's a call and response in the chorus, and then it's a full on solo. And I guess the fact that it's integrated into the song from the very beginning makes it seem less gratuitous than most instances in 1980s music of saxophones. And it also kind of grounds the song in a way. A sax is very gritty and has a lot of gravitas to it, whereas this song obviously has an element of your imagination running away from you, and you getting into these sort of anxiety filled mental spaces. So it also made me wonder if this was something that I related to because I have always been very prone to stress and anxiety and uptightness and all of those things. Like, this is almost like an emo song without all of the self-importance. It's an emo song that manages to poke fun at itself. Like, I know, like he says in the song, I know this is just a fantasy. This isn't really like happening the way that I'm describing it, but when I feel trapped in my home and I literally can't open the door without having to interact with somebody that I don't want to interact with, I never know for sure. It could be an alien, like an alien shows up in the music video at the door. It could be literally anything, and I won't know until I answer the door. But I don't want to answer the door, so that's just going to allow me to, it's just this vicious cycle of neurosis. And being really upfront about that in a song, as opposed to trying to justify it or trying to really believe in it as a real thing. Like, people are really trying to take you away. People are really trying to hurt you. It's obvious from the tongue-in-cheek delivery and reinforced by the music video that this is just kind of a state of anxiety that one puts oneself in when they adopt this zero tolerance policy for visitors. And it takes a very mundane thing, which is sometimes people knock on your door and you just don't want them to know you're home and you don't want to interact with them. And it turns it into this kind of internal dialogue that's both fun and catchy and has an element of drama and release to it. So the fact that Colin was able to craft a pop record out of this, craft a rock song out of this, and do it in a way which people could relate to and was so broadly accepted. I think it's kind of genius because no one else was making songs exactly like this at the time. So there was not a template for making a record like this. He just kind of did it and it worked. And I love the humor. I love the vulnerability, and I love the sly sense of humor. I just like everything about this, and it's super catchy on top of all of that. So I always really enjoy listening to Men at Work. And so this is one that is a personal favorite for me, and so we'll leave it at that. All right, so next we're going to be looking at a very different song, a much more serious song, a much more, well, you'll hear it when you hear it. next video we're going to react to, or song we're going to react to, is Up Where We Belong by Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes. That's next up, and we're just going to keep plowing through the 1980s. And until next time, please help me to make music better.